We are about 2 hours away now from closing arguments in the Lindsay Clancy trial. Yesterday, the final witness said Clancy appeared to have deliberately planned the killings of her children. This morning, each side will have 1 hour to present its closing argument. Shanelle Kaul joins us. She's covered this each day in and outside of the courthouse there in Plymouth, Mass. Shanelle, good morning. Set the scene for us here. It's a very crucial day. What will we expect to happen?
Well, Errol, good morning. We're expecting court to resume at about 9 o'clock this morning. As you noted there, the judge said yesterday that each side is going to get 1 hour to present their closing arguments. Once that's wrapped up, we'll then hear the jury get instructions on how to interpret the law from the judge before, of course, they begin deliberating. What's going to happen is they'll have 5 verdicts that they have to consider here. First-degree murder, second-degree murder, manslaughter, which, by the way, is a lesser charge that was just added by the judge yesterday. Then you have not guilty and not guilty by reason of insanity. Yesterday, we saw testimony wrap up here in Plymouth. The final witness was someone that prosecutors brought as part of their rebuttal, Dr. Gregory Sadhoff. This is a forensic psychiatrist who testified to jurors that he did not believe Lindsay Clancy was suffering from postpartum psychosis the night of the crime. He diagnosed her instead with bipolar II disorder. And when it comes to the voices that Lindsay Clancy reportedly heard the night all of this happened, he said those voices never commanded her or gave her specific instructions.
Did the defendant tell you if the voice told her where to kill the children?
No.
Did the voice tell her how to kill the children?
No.
Did the voice tell her what to use to kill the children?
No.
Did the voice tell her in what order to kill the children?
No.
Did the voice tell her where to try to kill herself?
No.
Did the voice tell her in what way to kill herself?
No.
And that testimony really countered testimony that we heard last week from Dr. Philip Resnick, who essentially was the star witness for the defense. And that medical expert testified to jurors that he did think Lindsay Clancy was experiencing postpartum psychosis that night in January 2023. And he actually likened her, Errol, to a puppet and said it was like someone else was pulling the strings.
So the jury, Shanelle, now has to take this all in and take what is effectively the closing argument, a final presentation from each side. What, in broad strokes, will each side lay out to convince the jury of their side?
Right. So prosecutors, we know, have a story that they're telling to jurors about somebody who was a doting and caring mother and aspired to be a mother, but was unhappy with her life and was trying to find a way out. They've described her multiple times over the course of this weeks-long murder trial as someone who was controlling, someone who was manipulative. And yes, they agreed that she was struggling with her mental health, but they say she was doctor shopping and she simply didn't stick with the plan. Then you have her defense lawyer arguing that actually this is somebody who is suffering from a very severe condition called postpartum psychosis. He argues that she tried to get the help that she needed. She saw a couple of different doctors and medical professionals in the lead up to January 2023, but he ultimately says that she was over-medicated and failed by the system. What's interesting about this trial, Errol, is both sides agree that she killed the children. Both sides agree that she was struggling with her mental health leading up to January 2023. What they disagree on is the severity of that mental illness. And ultimately, jurors are going to have to decide how they believe or interpret what the testimony around her mental illness really was and how that factors into whether they think she should be held criminally liable.
Folks, I want to stay close to your reporting to see what happens next. Shanelle, thank you.